I'm joined today by my guest, Matthew Gibbard. He's the commercial director at Lettspay. How you doing, Matthew?
Yeah, I'm good, David. Thanks for having me.
Do
Looking
they
forward to
call
having a
you
chat.
Matthew? Do they call you Matt?
They call me Matt. Matthew when I'm in trouble. Matt
Well,
generally.
you're not in trouble today, so welcome, Matt. Um, Obviously, Lettspay, to those that know, well-known payment solution for agents who are particularly managing properties. But it's fair to say in that space, there's been an awful lot of noise going on in the background there as to what the future of client money protection might look like, what sort of accounts, client accounts will be eligible. There's been all sorts of difficulties that agents themselves have found themselves in getting client accounts, and I don't need to tell the audience about that. They would have received their letters when they tried to renew their CMP. So
Mm,
I guess we're here today to clear the confusion and sort of shed some light on this. So over to you, Matt.
amazing. Yeah, thank you very much. Nice little intro. And you're absolutely right, though. There has been a bit of confusion. It doesn't help that there's not very many clear guidelines, but we've been working hard over the last year to make sure that we can clear that, and we've been working and sort of providing a solution on banking, and we're now partnered with a bank called Griffin. And that means that we are fully compliant with the FCA and all of the CMP guidelines that obviously dictate where client money can be held. So that's where we've been for the last 9 months, working on that to make sure that all of our clients and all of our future clients can sort of rest assured that, future-proofing their business when it comes to sort of CMP and general compliance in general, because it is getting difficult out there. Banks are getting a little bit more concerned. They don't want to take risk now. The property industry is a high risk industry when it comes to sort of anti-money laundering and all of that sort of stuff. So, we're here to sort of try and future-proof things, make sure that we're one step ahead, and we've been working hard to make sure that that is the case moving forward. We've got lots of clients already sort of looking ahead to working with us, and we're excited for what 2024 can bring, really.
So I think it's fair to say that the reason sometimes that banks get nervous about our sector as an
Yeah,
industry is that we're unregulated as a whole. If we were regulated, then the people then all of these things we thought through. And I
yeah,
know that various different departments at government level, and I know you guys have been very, very busy liaising with them and sort of trying to get to a point where we can rationalize what should happen, even in a pre sort of regulation world, because I think we all accept that regulation will come at
yeah.
some point, as sooner rather than later, I think. But who knows? We're in election season, so who knows what happens.
Nothing's happening for the next few.
No, but
But
no
yeah,
one's
you're right.
making no one's making any promises. But I think this is a great, what you've just said is, I suppose, comes as a great comfort to agents, and it's great news to know that regardless of what happens next, at the
Yeah,
moment, you can offer them client accounts, you can offer them a full service, and that has now been resolved. So,
yeah.
when will the new accounts with Griffin be available to agents? Is that something that's live now, or?
Yeah, so Griffin, they've been working hard. They've recently come out of mobilization, which means that now fully licensed legal bank in the UK. And that now means that we can operate with them. And we've actually opened up our first accounts now as we speak, and we're slowly working with our clients to move them over to the Griffin product. We're very cautious. We want to make sure it's done right. So we're not just going gun ho and sending them all onto the product. We want to make sure it's done right so that the agents don't have to have any more concerns moving forward. It's been, like you said, it's been a stressful time. We want to try and make this transition as smooth as we possibly can for everybody, really, for us and for our agents, so that it can just be a nice sort of easy. I say easy, client accounting easy doesn't quite say those
They,
words in the
they
same
they
sentence, can
often
you?
don't they often don't compute, but I think it's fair to say that I think one of the things that you guys do so well is that you do try and make it as
Mm,
simple and as easy to understand as possible. So sometimes with banks there can be general confusion because there's time
mm,
lags, and but you tend to sort of inform everybody where it's up to, what you're doing, why you're doing it. I think that kind
exactly.
of makes people feel calm, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, in a sort of an area where there isn't much advice or sort of information. Like you've got the company's sort of house, and you've got setting up a letting agent is sort of got one set of requirements, and then actually opening up an entity that is required for a letting agent has a completely different set of rules. And we're just very keen to try and make sure it's as clear and as obvious as possible. And our system, we're sort of looking to sort of implement a sort of an almost auto compliance process within our product as part of the package for agents, so that once all of your landlords are in our system and you're processing the payments for them, we're able to automate PEP and sanction checks for that agent, so that they can always make sure that they're sort of up to date with compliance, because by law they've got to do all of that.
So that's one aspect of what you guys do and deliver for agents day in, day out. For those people that might have been living under a rock, who haven't had the pleasure yet of getting to know Lettspay, and some of the fantastic testimonials that obviously you've got from agents, and I've just been watching one now actually, and it's great. They're enthusiastic, and they're also the one that I watched in particular talks about the level of customer service, which I think is really it's a great thing. Can you sort of briefly recap for the people sort of watching this what it is that you do offer to agents?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good point, because that's sort of a department we are sort of bolstering at the moment, is our customer support department. We want to make sure that we can sort of always be on hand for our agents when they do need support. But what we offer clients and agents, and if anybody doesn't actually know, we're a client accounting product. I guess most importantly, we provide client accounts on a licensed bank called Griffin. So that's regulated by the FCA, and all your funds are sort of covered by the FSCS policies that sort of come with the accounts. And our product is like I said, it's the same before for agents that know us. The front end isn't changing, but we streamline a user-friendly interface for client accounting, basically. Our goal is to automate a lot of processes, save agents a lot of time. Some agents have sort of quoted that we save them an hour plus a day, and if you add that up over the course of a month, that's some good strong valuation time that they could be saving, and sort of being able to grow their business and make sure that they're giving the best customer support that they can.
Because I think I read a stat that you'd provided that I think 72% of all transactions are auto reconciled by Lettspay on average. I mean,
Exactly.
that's instant kind of reconciliation. So that old-fashioned work of going through a bank statement line by line, going that one belongs to this one, and matching it up. But believe me, there are agents out there still doing that, and it is taking them days, sometimes even weeks, to get through a pay run. And when they get to the end of that, they've got to start all over again and do the next.
Exactly, you're right. And what our system allows is, and you said it's 72% approximately. I don't know what what the figures are now. That's the most recent sort of estimate that we got from the system. But yeah, if everything's correctly done and our payment processes allow that, we work on faster payments, open banking. We have smart payment links for tenants to make these payments where they don't even have to input any of the details. They can just confirm the payment there and then in their banking app. So yeah, 72% approximately of all the payments are being auto-reconciled, leaving the agent to just obviously review and process those payments. And those payments are made instantly, 24/7. There's no delay, there's no lag. And as part of the sort of the package, we generate and process statements as soon as those payments are made as well. So the landlord's getting the payment and an invoice statement which breaks down exactly what they've got with all that information required as well. So yeah, it saves a lot of time. And as you said, there's agents still using, a black book line by line. And even with processes where you've got batch file uploads, there's still an element of manual processing that is required. There's still a potential of errors that could be made. And our goal is to try and reduce that as much as we possibly can.
So in terms of going forward then, I mean, you've had it sounds like it's been a year of sort of heavy work getting, clearing this ground and getting to this point, which is fantastic. What does the future hold? What's the landscape looking like for Lettspay?
Well, a very busy few years, I think. You probably saw in the industry news as well that we've got a strategic corporate partnership with Arian Group now. You know, those Fixed Flow, Arthur Online, etc. They sort of own those companies. You know, it's catapulting us into a very busy next few years. We've got lots of clients that are wanting to already join us. We're onboarding them as we speak. You know, we're looking to obviously get out there as much as we possibly can and sort of continue where we left off last year, where obviously a few hurdles were put in place. But you know, we're looking to make sure that we enrich the platform now. That's something we're excited about. You know, it's been something that we haven't been able to do as much as we wanted to whilst we were building out this, you know, complex banking integration. But yeah, it's looking excited. We've got integration partners already in place. So CRMs we're working with, so Loop, Techlet, Apex 27. We're obviously looking at sort of pre-tenancy platforms as well, like the Lettings Hub. We're working with them amongst another load of names that I don't really want to say anything right now, just in case I get in trouble from the boss. But it's exciting. There's lots going on. We want to make sure that Lettspay is a household name.
Oh, it certainly sounds it, and you know, I think as you alluded to, there are we're not going to mention them here and now, but there are other companies doing similar things out there, not exactly the same. But you guys still offer, as I understand it, a really sort of competitive product offering, but also in terms of pricing as well. You're also extremely competitive. Do you want to sort of expand on that slightly?
Yeah, so you know, there are competitors out there, of course there are, and the space is becoming more and more sort of popular with agents because of the time-saving elements and the sort of the accuracy that these products can provide. Us being one of them, and you know, we've built our product with very innovative, you know, features and technology, and our banking is different to other providers as well. We're sort of one of the only ones that can provide these individual wallets per landlords is what we do in our system. So you know, we make sure that each one of the agent's clients have got their own entity allocated to them in their portfolio. And yeah, our pricing, because we've been able to utilize this type of technology and build our own product out using sort of tech that might not have been necessarily around when other systems started. We've been able to keep our pricing very competitive as well. And you know, it's not saying that our product is a cheap version. You know, I think our product is a very sort of competitive product compared to the products out there. If I'm being modest, but I think we're one of the best. But the pricing obviously is something that is important to agents, and we're very aware of that. You know, everything's costing these days, and we want to make sure that we're the best value we possibly can be for our clients.
No, that sounds absolutely great. Well, Matthew, thank you so much for giving us your time today and giving us a glimpse of what the future holds for agents who are looking to, I suppose, streamline their payments and cut a lot of time out of a very what could be a very tedious process, and one that you don't want to get wrong because you know clients will always judge you on whether or not you're making those payments on time and accurately. And yeah, thankfully you guys are helping agents to do that day in, day out. So thank you very much.
Not a problem. Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to speaking with anyone that's got client accounting needs.
Thank you.